Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ange, one half of the deal, and today I'm here with a really exciting feature match between Dogmatika, Eldlich, and Dragon Link. But before we get into the commentary, I'd like to remind you guys all to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on those notifications because every Monday and Wednesday we have new videos coming your way. Well, let's get started here. So, I have an explosive first turn play. I open up the Extravagance, getting the Nadir Servant, and then going completely off, getting the Ecclesia, sending the Titanclad so I get the Fleur-de-Lis search, and I go ahead and set 3 and pass, and then on my end phase I'm going to get that Titanclad effect to get the Fleur-de-Lis, and I have 3 cards in hand. Wow, was that a great start to my first turn. So then from here on out, I'm going to pass it off to the Dragon Link player, who's going to start off by using a Chaos Space by pitching the Seifert to go ahead and then search for the Black Collapse Serpent, so that way he could get his plays started. So he goes ahead and specials that Black Collapse Serpent, get him the free search and chain blocking ability, do the Striker Dragon, and then getting black to search out white, and then he could furthermore use the Chaos Space to put back the Black Collapse Serpent, and then use the Chaos Space to draw one, summon the Wyvern Burster, and then keep just going off from there. That way he gets all this free advantage just for no apparent reason, because every card in Dragon Link is one card that produces you 2 cards. So he goes in the Romulus, and he's going to use that effect to get the Divine Lance, I believe. Yep. And then that Divine Lance will go ahead and net him a Phalanx. And here's where I get kind of worried and skeptical, because I know that he has a lot of cards still in hand, and by the time he, makes the full Needle Fiber combo or Link Cross combo with the Metal Marcher, he still has enough extenders to play through all of my disruptions. But keep in mind, I still do have 3 cards in hand, so I'm kind of wondering, what I can react to. So he goes ahead and gets Link Cross with the 2 tokens, and I'm gonna think he's making Marcher, but he just goes straight up into the Herald, because he knows that if he gets Nibiru'd, that it will probably be game over, because he wants to make sure that he gets his other combo pieces off, such as LP, Pitsty, and maybe like a Levianeer or something. So he goes ahead and uses World Legacy Guard Dragon, and then getting him the Phalanx, and then he goes ahead and gets the free LP, and LP is going to net him some straight up great advantage. But as you can see, I'm still not going to use anything, because I know that if anything, I could always just bait out the Herald with something in my hand or maybe on my field, and then maybe just, go ahead and really punish him for using that Negate. So he's going to go ahead and use Brotar effect, and Brotar is going to discard the Nibiru, and then he's gonna go ahead and get the Pendulum Armageddon dragon. Forgive me for not remembering its name, but it is a very interesting tech that the Dragon Link players started using, especially in this sort of Dragon Link variant. So he's gonna go ahead and kind of think about what he's gonna do here, because he wants to make sure that he has the correct line of play, because the combo that he's trying to end up is on the Infinite Negate lock with the Apex Avion and Thunderbird. So he's gonna go ahead and summon that Armageddon dragon, and here I'm just kind of wondering, I really was kind of unfamiliar with the card, but I did know that dragon combo with Thunder Dragons, they did used to play this back in the day as a tech choice. Not a lot of people played it because it was originally a prize card, so I'm kind of unfamiliar with it, but I'm just going to let it kind of resolve and let it do its thing, because I know that, there is still enough interaction where I could still respond to. So he's going to activate effect, and I'm just going to Dogmatika Punishment straight up. So I'm going to go ahead and see if this wants to resolve. And the Dragon Link player is going to think about it. I do believe that he does have to negate it, because getting rid of about two monsters at most is really detrimental to his board. So he's going to really think about what he wants to do here. So he's still thinking, and he's just going to negate it with the Herald, because he is forced to at this point, because he has to have his dragons on board along with the Link Cross, so that way he could furthermore get it off. And then he's just going to pop the 2 cards on my field. But it's not too much for me because I know that on my end phase I could just get off the Eldlich cards anyways and then go off with further advantage, because I didn't want to activate them right now because I felt like it would have been a waste for me to do that. So, and plus, keep in mind, I still have a lot of card advantage that he has to worry about. I believe I have 3 cards still in hand because of the extravagance draw 2 that really netted me so many cards to play around with during his turn. So I'm kind of just rereading some cards here, kind of seeing what it does. Now keep in mind, I still have the Ecclesia on board, which is kind of nice because the extra deck monsters won't be able to destroy it at all. So it's giving me a nice barrier. And keep in mind, I still have the Fleur-de-Lis in hand, so that way I can still negate something if need be. He plays through, you know, maybe like a Nibiru, or maybe like, say like a late Droll, or just something later on. So he's gonna go ahead and get the Striker Dragon effect, and then go get Boot Sector Launch. So he's gonna finally make his normal summon, I believe, and then he's gonna go into the he's gonna go ahead and think about what he wants to do. So he's gonna go ahead and use Alpi and Link Cross to go into the Buster, and then he's gonna go ahead and go into Pitsy, and then he's gonna go ahead and search out the Red MD. So he's gonna go ahead and use Pitsy to get back Striker Dragon, and now he's a lot of card advantage on field. So where he's gonna go ahead and get the Red MD, and then he's gonna go ahead and link off into Reaperdocus. And now this is where the kind of combo comes off to play, because you just make the monster that it points down to a Winged Beast, and then you go ahead and then on their end phase get off like a Union Carrier to equip the Thunderbird, and then through the Simorg Link you go ahead and go get your Apex Avian for free. And that's how you kind of create that infinite negate, to where you keep bouncing back the Thunderbird, and then through Thunderbird's effect, if it's special summon, you could switch summon the Apex Avian, and then it's just like an infinite negate lock that your opponent just literally cannot play a single card. It's kind of gimmicky, but if it works and if you could pull it off, it just steals games straight up. Because what can you honestly do at that point when everything just being negated left and right? And not to mention the Apex Avian is 2700, I believe, so that's nothing to sneeze at. You're just getting a lot of card advantage through like strong monsters, and the Simorg also kind of protects it too, because you know, it creates which where it can't be targeted and stuff like that, and it creates a little protection on it. So it's very, very good. So he's gonna go ahead and then summon the Simorg, and then he's gonna see what else he could do here, because it's still kind of a lot. And I'm kind of thinking, man, I do not want this card to go off, because once it does, and I will just lose the game straight up, because then I wouldn't be able to, you know, use any of my cards period for that next turn, because he'll just negate all the Eldritch traps, and then he'll just completely shut me down. So I'm gonna go ahead and Nibiru him here, because I cannot have that effect resolving or him extending further into that infinite negate lock. So after taking that game 1, our opponent, the Dragon Link player, is gonna opt to go first again, and then he's gonna open up the straight up nuts again, netting him all the free advantage. So he's gonna opt to go with the Chaos Space, getting him that Black Collapse Serpent. Then on that resolution, I'm gonna activate Droll, but he has the Called by the Grave. He has the Called by the Grave, netting him just so much more free advantage to completely go off without any worries of any hard high impact hand traps. So he's gonna go ahead, get him the White Wyvern Burster. He's gonna go ahead and just get the boot. He's just gonna go completely off and getting on this full combo. So let's see, ladies and gentlemen, where it will land him at his end board. So he goes ahead and makes the Romulus. Romulus will net him the Divine Lance, getting him that free Phalanx to special summon, and then go into those standard Link Cross to Metal Marcher into the Herald, as we all know. So at this moment, obviously specialing out the Phalanx, going into Link Cross. You know, we all know the bread and butter of this combo. Very, very broken, extremely consistent, and especially in Dragon Link. Go ahead and use Marcher. Then he's going to go ahead and get Needle Fiber. Needle Fiber is going to go ahead, and then he's going to special summon out, I believe he's going to special summon out the Vylon Cube. And then Vylon Cube is going to go ahead when it's sent to grave after being synchroed with the Herald. That is going to net him the living fossil. That way he could go ahead and extend further, just in case if he didn't have either the World Legacy Guard Dragon or he wanted something else special just to get more free advantage. Goes ahead and makes LP, living fossil, going ahead and getting the Phalanx. Then from there on out, use the Phalanx to go get on the Striker Dragon. And then he's going to go ahead and then activate the LP effect. And then he's going to go ahead and then get himself, I believe he's going to get a Brotar. So that way he could get an extra search. But we're going to see where he goes ahead and plays. He's kind of thinking on his routing. So he's going to not opt to get the Brotar, but go ahead and get himself the Red Eyes card. So that way he can go ahead and go get himself the Red MD. So from that, he's going to go ahead and sync Link to get the Buster Whelp, use the Red Eyes card to go get himself the Pitsy, search himself out the Red MD, Pitsy to go get back Phalanx. Then he's going to go ahead and switch to Red MD. From Red MD, he's going to go to get Reaper. And then from here, he's going to use the Samorg. And then this is where it starts to get crazy and where the combo really starts to really flourish. And we'll see where it ends up. Keep in mind, this deck does use a lot of resources, and once it does use its resources, it's really hard for the deck to kind of come back. So just keep that in mind. So from here on out, he's gonna go ahead and use Red MD, Striker Dragon, to go get himself the Union Carrier. Remember, every Dragon Link combo player must know that Union Carrier is most optimal normally in the middle zone. So always kind of watch for your zonings there. Furthermore, he's gonna go get himself the Thunder Dragon. And then he's gonna, not Thunder Dragon, excuse me, the Thunderbird. Then he's gonna go ahead and equip that to the Apex Avion through Union Carrier. And then on the end phase, get himself the Apex Avion. And this is your infinite negate board, as well as having the Herald, so it's like a mini macro Cosmos. So I'm gonna go ahead and then draw for turn. And unfortunately, I drew the out. Was just completely crazy. Top decking the out, and then, having the full advantage to go off from there, and then our Dragon Link player just would not be able to keep up. So that is the match, guys. I would like to thank you guys all for watching and supporting the channel. We've been getting a lot of traction recently, so every subscriber means so much to us. Every time you guys like the videos, comment, we always appreciate reading them and seeing all the feedback that you guys give us, especially on these live duels. So I'd like to leave off here. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and supporting the channel. And we'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. All right, take care.